Yeah. Yeah.
Hello everyone, thanks for coming. It's quite cold and wet out there today. Yorkshire, innit? Miserable weather here in Huddersfield, but yeah, some good faces here. Nice to see all the room full. It should be full, shouldn't it, eh, boys? Champions League this year. Champions League, Huddersfield, eh? Good, innit? Right, so we get cracking because I've got to head over to the transfer centre after this, discuss the ins and outs in detail on Huddersfield Town News. Check it out if you're not subscribed. Get on it, right? Should we start with, seeing as we're in Yorkshire, let's start with a little fat Yorkshire lad. Yeah, you there, yeah.
Alright, Bood, G, you've decided to bring in Lewis Cook from Bournemouth. What's the reason for him joining the the Terriers? European football, money, nights in the Dog Pound? It can't be the stadium, can it? Because come on, he's played at Ellen Road. Also, the deal has seen Sean Hogg depart, one of the guys who started his journey with you. Are you sad to see him leave?
No. He's a good lad, good player. He spent a lot of last year injured. Hoggy, he's great around the dressing room. He is a good player. He's got some good stats in good areas. But when the opportunity to sign Lewis came up, we had to go for it. As you all know, we had him on loan a couple of seasons ago for 1 year. He wanted to sign for us, but Bournemouth wanted to give him a chance in the first team. They've given him that chance. But right now, we have a Champions League team. Everyone wants to sign for us right now. So we chucked in Hoggy part of the deal. They accepted it with some money. And luckily, we've got Lewis Cook. So it's a good move for us. It's a good move for Hogg. Hopefully, he'll get some game time at Bournemouth. So yeah. Let's have a look. Ginger lad at the back.
Rob Rogue, Sports Scotland. You spent a large chunk of money, £30 million to be exact, on Mahrez. When you were planning your assault on Europe for next season, was Mahrez the key player you had your eye on? And are you happy spending that much money on one player?
Yeah, I'll be honest, we were in the market for a right winger. Sisto, as everyone knows, in his second year in his loan deal. It was a 2-year loan deal. But I just wanted a bit more quality. Champions League, I think we're going for a top 4 spot in the Premier League. We're in the Champions League. We needed more quality in every position. Well, that's what we tried to do. And Mahrez was available, 30 million. And I think in this day and age, with some of the money that's been spent, especially this summer as well, by other teams in the Premier League, 30 million is more like 30 pence. So no, top player, bargain buy, absolutely buzzing with that. Shall we have the guy at the front? Yep. He used to work for the Manchester Evening News.
Thank you, Mr. Bood. Toby here from Teach FM. Transfer news coming in your ears. Just a quick question regarding the Kuki transfer, Mr. Bood. Of course, with the likes of Mahrez costing 30 million quid, Wilson costing 25 million pound, surely you've got to feel like a kid at Christmas managing to buy Kuki for just 15 million pounds. I mean, obviously the lad's been at loan at the club now for a couple of years. Bearing in mind that he almost single-handedly won Huddersfield Town the Europa League. You've got to be chuffed to bits with that, haven't you, Mr. Bood?
Yeah, he was fantastic, wasn't he? Hat-trick in the final. Couldn't ask much more. Scored over 20 goals for us in the season, so yeah, fantastic player. And like you said, when you think of some of the money that we've, not just what we've spent, but what some of these other teams have spent, 15 million is like pocket money. It's nothing. So I think we've got a world-class, potentially world-class striker there, and he's permanently with us, which is fantastic. So hopefully he can kick on another gear this year, especially playing Champions League. So yeah, fantastic lad to have in the team, fantastic lad in the dressing room. Everyone loves him. All the housewives want to marry him. He's got a beautiful little face. He's like cute and he's like Dave Azzopardi. So yeah, we're buzzing with that. Next question, the Aussie at the back.
Mr. Bood, Troy here from FM Live. You've managed to get a whopping £80 million in the transfer budget to spend this year, when it seems Huddersfield just haven't got that amount of cash to spend. So the question on everyone's lips is, just exactly how deep is your throat?
Yeah, it's pretty deep, honestly. I can get quite a lot in it. But yeah, people keep saying this to me, but I think we've been given a decent amount of money, and we've surprisingly recouped quite a bit of money, so it's balanced itself out a little bit. But I don't think I haven't been sucking anyone off anyway. It's all fair deals anyway. So next, you in the front with the glasses.
All right then, Bood. Congratulations on winning the Thursday Night Cup. I just wanted to know, you've spoken about some of the players that you've brought into the club, but I've just looked at some of the transfers for the players you've released, and you managed to get £9 million for Bettinelli and £15 million for Ayala. What I want to know is, how many blowjobs did you have to give to get that sort of money for those two time wasters?
Why does everyone think I'm sucking penis all the time? I've sucked yours. And yours. Yeah, you wanna. The works do. I can't help it. But you know what? No penises were sucked in these deals. Bettinelli is a good player. He was a good player. He deserves to play first team football. I think he's worth about 8 million. We've got 9 for him. Not bad. Ayala, we didn't even want to sell him. And I think Brentford have had a tycoon takeover. They came in. I think the deal's broken up. Don't get me wrong. They've not paid like in one chunk. I think we've got about 6 million, and the rest are all split up. But he wanted to leave anyway. So you want to leave for Brentford? You don't want to play Champions League football for Huddersfield Town? Feck off. So yeah, he went. But yeah, no penises. I didn't suck anyone's penises, and I didn't tickle anybody's bollocks. Right, the new guy at the back over there, the flat cap, got Yorkshire everywhere today.
Now then, Bood, how's it going with this then? Minster man here from capital of God's own county. Route 1 magazine, home to no-nonsense football news. Many congratulations on your success in Europe last season, and the footballing success that's bringing back to Yorkshire. I'm not going soft though, we all know that's not for around here. Not talk about that though. After mashing up tea the other night, sat down with lass. Done grapevine about they signing Memphis Depay for £22.5 million. He by gum. I said he by gum. We all know that Delafieu is a mardy so-and-so, had one con for most season, but he did get that second assist in Europa final. Is it justified, Mr. Bood, spending that amount of money on a left winger when there's already got Gooden? I mean, they've spent enough last season with some success, granted that, but spending yet more money. It's obvious that's not from Yorkshire. We're tight bastards round here. Is there any pressure on your back right now, Mr. Boot?
So that's a good point. Depay came available. We've done a good deal for him. We've not, like always, I've not bought him in one big chunk. It's spread out. But I'll be honest with you, Delafieu, great player. Spent quite a bit at the end of last season. He was injured, and he's unhappy at the minute. He's unhappy. He's moaning about he might want to leave. He don't trust me. I'll get into that in detail another time, but I thought it was best to maybe get another quality winger in just in case he has to leave. I'm covered, and if he don't leave, I've got 2 very good players. We'll have to see who wins that battle, but yeah, he's just gonna have to wind his neck in. And yeah, again, we have spent some good money, but we've also give about 4 youth players. We've promoted 4 youth players into the team. So when some players have left, I've replaced them with youth. So, you know, we've spent a lot of money in other areas, but I think we're doing the right thing as well by promoting some kids. Right, we'll have one last question. The guy over there in a cloud of smoke, that better be an e-cigarette or we're kicking off, mate.
Yeah, hi there. Yeah, my name is Sebastian from the magazine Windmills and Smokies. Holland's leading Windmills and Smokies magazine. It's top read. We also do some stuff on clogs and stuff. Check it out. Yeah. So my question is that, what about one of your new signings? You just signed Nathaniel Klein from Liverpool. Is that because of your long-held love for the club? You know, we all understand that you're a sort of closet Liverpool fan.
You taking the mickey? I hate Liverpool. Hate him. I'm a Man United fan. But yeah, no. He's a good right back, to be fair. Top player. He wanted to leave. I was looking at right backs. I was looking at a few. Got turned down by about 3 players. And was like, what are we going to do? And I'll be honest, we needed more English players in the squad, really, just to be safe with Europe and all the quotas we have to meet. So I just thought he's a good player. I think he's a decent right back, and he's going to be our starting right back this year. But I am definitely not a Liverpool fan. I mean, oh my God, you make me want to have like a cold shower. It's awful. That's put me off this now. I'm done. Right, thanks everyone. Thanks for all your questions. I'm going over to the transfer centre. Make sure you tune in, and we'll have a full report on the squad. I'll see you all later. Hello, welcome to the transfer centre here at Huddersfield Town TV. And yeah, what we're going to do is we're just going to have a quick run through the squad, go through each position, who stayed, who's gone, who's come in, explain why, maybe show them their abilities so you can have a look for yourself, and I'll try and explain why I've done what I've done. So yeah, we'll try and get through it as quick as we can. Hopefully you'll stay tuned, and hopefully this team I've put together can achieve that top 4 finish that I really want this year, and hopefully do well for us in the Champions League, especially get out of the group stages. I think, you know, first season in the Champions League, that'd be nice. That's a good goal. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll just start at the back and we'll work our way forward, and we'll start with Jordan Pickford. And yeah, Jordan's staying. He's valued at 2.9 million, which I find crazy, really. I mean, he's not the best goalkeeper in the world, but he's just a decent quality young keeper. He was just that touch better than Bettinelli, and he's played all last year. And I thought maybe I could get a better keeper. Maybe that's something I'll look at next season. But for now, Jordan's going to be staying our number 1. He's got 3 years left on his deal. You know, he's a decent kicker of the ball. His handling's 14. His reflexes are 16. And he's decent. He's a good keeper. Yet to earn a cap though. But yeah, Jordan's going to be our number 1. Now, as the lovely Curtie FM was mentioning, Bettinelli left. We sold him to Cardiff. They came in for a bid for him. I didn't actually put him up for sale. I was thinking about it, but they came in for a bid, £9 million package in total. And I just thought, you know what? Yeah, he deserves to be playing now. He's 27 years old. Let him go somewhere else. His replacement is going to be Holger Saitz. We're just going to call him Holger. It's going to be easy for me. I'll change his name at some point. But he's a good young keeper. I've had him now for about 2 years. He's one of the players that I've bought when I do all my scouting. Like I've told you loads of times, I am boring with my scouting, and I trail through a million youth intakes every month, every week, make notes, save shortlists, and it pays off for me. So right, next is right backs, and if you're wondering why we're on Klosterman's page, it was because he was bought as a right back last year, as a backup right back, and ended up being one of the best central defenders in the Premier League. He was in Premier League's Team of the Year, so he's definitely staying. Obviously, he's now a fully fledged centre half, but yeah, he was supposed to be a right back, and stat wise, you know, he's good. I mean, his marking we're working on. That's a weak part of his game. His positioning's not great either, but he's just brilliant. I think it helps that he's quick. I mean, he's very, very quick for a defender. Out the door is Verreya. I did put him up for sale. He's a good player, I'll be honest with you, but I wanted another right back, and I've also got a young right back who I'll show you in a minute who I want to give a chance to. So Verreya had to go. So we put him up for sale, and Wolves came in just over 10 million, which is their dues, a couple of million more than he's worth. And my backup right back is going to be Pierre Licam, again one of my youngsters, and again a little right back who I think is going to become a good player. Can cover at left back, which is handy. Got loads of room for improvement. I like him. I mean, he's just got a few stats that are really good already, and again he's only 18 years old. So I think these are the kind of players who give them some games and they just get better. They need to be playing proper games, and I don't want to loan them out. And I'm gonna, you know, I've spent some money this year, but I want to give some kids a chance, and Pierre is one of those kids. On to left backs, and Grimaldo is staying top left back. 23, can still improve. Very good player, got a lot of ability. Had a great season last year, and I think he's going to have another good season this year. Not moaned, not whined once. No one's come in for him, which was good, so he's not had his head turned, so I'm pleased about, because I think he's one of the best young left backs on the game. So yeah, buzzing that he's staying. Now out the door is Chris Lerver, 30 years old, didn't really figure too much last year. He's okay, he's an alright player. He was good in the Championship. He did a job for me here and there, especially when he had to cover the left wing as well. but I put him up for sale, and a German club came in for him, Mainz, 1.5 million. It's not a lot of money, but he's not worth a lot of money. And at 30 years old, he gets to go home to Germany and finish his career. Now my backup left back for the season is going to be this kid at the minute, I'll be honest, but I've got no room. I can't buy anyone else, so unless I loan someone, we're going to have to give Max Evers a chance. Now again, he's an 18-year-old, but I don't think he's ready. But I'm struggling to cover. I could have kept Lerver, but I'd rather be giving a kid the odd game than Lerver this year. Moving on to centre backs, and we've already spoke about the hero that is the Klostermeister, Klosterman. Now we're going to move on to his partner, a guy who surprised me last year with how good he was, and that's Gary Cahill. He's 33. He's still one of England's best centre halves. He's playing every England game at the minute. I've checked, so he's good enough for England. He's good enough for me. Also staying is 30-year-old Subotic. Again, another good player, good centre half, a good backup centre half. A lot of experience. Didn't figure a lot last year, I'll be honest. But when I called upon him, especially towards the end of the season when Gary Cahill got injured, he stepped up and did a job. So he never cost me a penny. Remember, we signed him on a free when his contract ran out at Dortmund. So I think as a backup centre half, he's a good player. Fourth centre half of this season is going to be another one of my youth players, and another player I'm liking. Again, 18-year-old. This lad's from Holland. He's Dutch, and he's got some promise. He's already got good tackling. He looks like he's going to become a future captain with his leadership. He's good decision making. He's brave, and he's very strong at 18. So I think all his other skills will come up. He can also cover in that defensive ballman and midfielder role, which again is brilliant. Right, out the door is Daniel Oyala. Now, I thought Brentford must have had a Tycoon takeover or something, because they paid 12 million quid for him. I didn't even put him up for sale. He was unhappy, spent all last year unhappy. Brentford offered me that kind of money. I thought, I'll think about that. Okay, thought they'd done a Bournemouth, didn't look into it, just accepted it, got him out the door. Decent player, don't get me wrong, but when I've looked into it, Brentford have a championship team. So is that how much money there is in this country now, that a championship team like Brentford can spend 12 million on Ayala? Right, onto the defensive midfielder role, and Big Baz is staying. Top player, and I love him. Key player for the team. He's got a lot of yellows. I still want him to get a green somewhere, and I don't know if he ever. I'm hoping he will. He's only 22, so he's got another good 2 years. He's played 15 times for Holland, which is amazing, and yeah, his deal, I didn't realise it, in his contract he had one of them match the highest earners. So obviously when I've signed someone, I can't remember who it is, it might be Mahrez, on a massive contract on 180 grand a week. Big Baz got 180 grand a week. Now again, from the press conference and GWFM's question, you'll know we've signed Lewis Cook, and yeah, good young player, one of the best young players in the game. He's only 22, can play central midfield, can play defensive midfield, perfect player. We had him for a year, our first year in the Premier League. We had him on loan for the season. Like I said, we wanted him, he wanted to come. Bournemouth wouldn't sell him, but they have sold him this time. I liked Jonathan Ogg, did a job for us. Good player, naturally fit, got a lot of stamina, can run forever. Teamwork, work rate, brave, all that, great. But when it came to other things, not so great. So he's 30 years old as well, so a 30-year-old player or a 22-year-old player who are very similar, but one's obviously got so much more to come. It was a no-brainer, so I wish him the best. Onto the centre of the park, and Will Hughes is staying. Now he's still unhappy. He spent all last year unhappy because I turned down a move for him. This year, I actually thought if someone comes in and offers me big bucks, I'd probably sell him. No one's come in. Man City are still interested at this moment in time. It's still quite a long way. What is it, about a month left until the transfer window shuts. But no one's coming for him, and his backup is one of my favourite players. Stat wise, he's good. Actual ability wise on a pitch, he's amazing. Some of his passing for a guy who's got 16 passing was brilliant. I mean, he's 28 years old. Again, he's into this is his fourth year. His fourth year on loan at the club. This deal he's in at the minute was a 2-year loan deal, so by the end of this season he's going to have spent 4 years on loan. Moving on to the right wing, and as you know from the press conference, we've signed Mahrez from Leicester, and yeah, good player. I wanted a right winger. he came up, one of the first ones, and I thought, yeah, I've got to get this lad. Full of flair, can dribble, he's pretty quick, can pose, can pass, got a lot of technique, got a lot of vision, can cover all over the front, even can slightly play up front as well. So do you know what, but I am absolutely buzzing with this guy, and this is my backup for this year. Great player. Sisto can cover fully on the left wing as well, which is amazing. So yeah, definitely want to keep him. He's also into his second year of his loan deal. Out the door was Alex Pritchard. He's gone to QPR who signed him just before, well, they've been relegated, but they signed him, and yeah, he's a good player. He's worth a good amount. He's got some good skills, good free kick taking. He's alright. Honestly, he is a good player. I mean, do you remember when he scored that wonder goal against Valencia in the Europa League last year? But that's what you get from him. Moments. Moving on to the left winger, we'll go to Route 1 FM's question, and that was about Memphis Depay. And it's Memphis Depay. Very good young player. He's 25 now on the game. Classed as a quality player. Got a bit of speed, he's fit. He's got some good skills, technique, flair. I think before his United stint on older football managers, he always became brilliant, out of this world. Teach FM, my mate, he's got a series with United, and he's played him up front, and he's been brilliant. So I like the fact that I've got a really good left winger. He'll also be able to cover up front. I think we've got him. It was an absolute bargain. Now, yes, we've also got Deulofeu, very good player, had some good moments, but he's unhappy, right? And this is one of them bugs in the game. Deulofeu played last year, didn't he? Then he got injured, if you remember, and was out for a while. I had to play Naki Wells a bit on the left and so on. You'll remember if you watch the series. Comes back from his injury, moans at me he's not playing, and I'm not playing him in the right position, which is attacking midfield. Forward. What? That's where I played you before you got injured. The only reason you've not been playing is because your leg was snapped. What are you on about? Right, out the door was Robbie Brady. Put him up for sale. He's worth loads of money. And I mean, I've kind of didn't sell him for what he's worth. He's worth like 19 million quid. So, we didn't get what we paid, we didn't get what he's worth, which is crazy because I don't think he's that good. I don't understand it. I know he's 27, he can cover all the way down the left, from left back to right at the front. But I've seen more of him than you do because I edit the games, but I watch the games, All he does is run down the wing, fall over, run down the wing, balloon it over, run down the wing, cross it to the fucking corner flag. Right, let's get to the most important position of any team, especially if you want to be successful, and that is the strikers. And as you all know, Kuki was on loan, the hat-trick hero of the Europa League final, and yeah, we've signed him. 15 million, it was in his deal, put in for it, they can't say no. He didn't even want promises, he went straight to the contract. I was like, oh. Now we've signed Callum Wilson, as you'll know from the press conference, and we signed him for 25 million, which you might think, oh, it's quite a lot of money. He signed last year, right? He signed for Arsenal for 54 million quid. Played 2 games and scored 1 goal. So we've got him for less than half price. And I mean, I don't know if you're doing this, right, or you're noticing this with your saves, especially when it comes to the Premier League, but some of the money, right, not from me, from other clubs, some of the money that gets spent on players is crazy. Also staying at a club is Naki Wells, a player I can't sell, not yet. He's 29 years old, he's still very quick, he's still decent at finishing, he's still got good striker ability. He's lacking in technique and stuff, but he scores goals, doesn't he? He scores me goals, and I mean, he's played now for us, right, 205 times and scored 105 goals. Will Grigg, he's staying, can't get rid of Will Grigg. Jeremy came on and I think did he come on and get the equaliser against, he's come on a few times anyway and scored equalisers, winning goals, and again scores goals, and again he's played for us now 100 times, right, and scored 52 goals. So that's it, thanks for watching, means a lot, and yeah, keep your eye out. Episode 31, the season opener, should be out maybe the day after this comes out, maybe the day after that. All I've got to say is I'm really busy at the moment. Obviously, like most people know, my wife is pregnant. I've got stuff I need to do, and I'm working a lot at the minute. I'm working all over weekend. My weekend off last week, I was at antenatal classes. So yeah, busy. But thanks for your support. I've just recently gone over 1.5k subscribers, which is amazing. So yeah, thanks to every single one of you. And don't forget to hit the like button for this. Give it a good old thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. New season kicks off very soon. Should be exciting. First year in the Champions League. And yeah, tune in for that. Hope you have a nice day. Take care. I'll see you later.